So this is the inside of my 96 Corvette. This is the car that I was talking about in my previous video. Obviously, welcome to the channel. So if you're watching this video, this is the second video you're seeing. Hopefully, if you're watching in order. And, this is my 96 Corvette, which is going to be the centerpiece of the channel for the most part. Just going to give you a rundown of what this car actually is and some of the defects that we're going to be fixing on the car as the timeline goes on. This here obviously it's torch red. It's not in, the paint's not in perfect shape. There are dings, like rock chips and stuff. And somebody in the past has tried to fix these rock chips. Not very well, I might add. But, it is what it is. And it's not, it's a driver. It's not a concourse car. But, it is what it is. We're gonna kind of, deal with that as it goes. But anyway, I like to keep a clean engine bay. So I did clean the engine bay a couple of weeks ago. And I have since driven it a couple of times, so it is due for another cleaning. That being said, I'm not opposed to driving this in all weather conditions. Okay, I bought this car to enjoy it, and I intend to put lots of miles on this car. Currently, it sits at 98,000 and some change, and I've already put 1,200 miles on it myself, according to my paperwork that when I bought the car. So anyway, 1,200 miles. I've already enjoyed this car, and that's in a month. So yeah. Anyway, car was purchased new in California, and ironically enough, I went to California to work in the industry that I work in, and this is my California car. This is what I bought with part of my California money, and it's not a perfect car. I was kind of intimidated by some of the cars that I did look at that were in near perfect shape, and I just really didn't want to invest money into something that I was going to be scared to drive. Not that I would be scared to drive it. I don't really want to get something like this that's got 12,000 miles on it and be worried about going across country. This has got 98,000. I'm not going to be worried too much about going across country with it, but what I am going to be worried about is like simple maintenance items that may have gotten overlooked in the car's history. There were service records with the car. I know a couple of the service intervals did get missed, which isn't the end of the world, but as per, having a couple of different owners on the roster, things are going to get overlooked. But anyway, that being said, enough of me yammering a little bit. I just kind of want to go over some of the things that we're going to be fixing on this car, other than the paint chips that I pointed out. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the motor, and we're going to clean everything. We're going to take pieces off. We're going to clean as we go. And, some of this oxidized aluminum, I'm going to try to brighten some of that up. And I'm going to show you guys how to clean stuff. And, well, I'm not really going to show you guys. I'm just going to kind of make a video of me cleaning something. And, just you guys are going to kind of follow along. Big item, right off the bat, we're going to have to replace the windshield. I got a rock chip. I was driving around, and before I had an opportunity to get it fixed, it cracked, which sucks. Par for the course. It's not the first windshield I've ever had to have replaced. It won't be the last, unfortunately. This here's a Mazda Rx7. All there, up in the attic. Motor's right there. It's ready to go back together, actually. It was a restoration project. It's been something. But I'm kind of making it into like a race car, basically, and the kids had a lot of creative input on that. But anyway, this here, I'm going to try to keep it as not as original as possible, but we're going to try to keep it in the realm of sanity here. That being said, there are a few things that do need to be replaced on it, and I just got back from work, so the back here's a little bit messy. So there's a couple of things I'm going to be replacing. I'm going to be replacing this little piece of trim here because it's cracked out. It's brittle, it's just old, and I just want to replace that. There's some carpet cleaning that needs to be done. Some deep cleaning. We've got weather stripping all the way around that needs to be replaced. My wife got to enjoy that. This here, I might be able to fix this. It's not too crazy, but I do know how to fix weather stripping, so we're gonna try to fix that the best we can. But the big issue with the windshield being replaced, we are gonna replace this trim, not the trim, but we're gonna be replacing the weather stripping that goes up and around the windshield. And the reason why we're gonna do that is because it's pretty old. I really don't think that we'll be able to salvage it to get it to be able to put back on. And they're going to take the weather stripping off. I've already ordered replacement weather stripping, and it should be here this week. So I'll unpackage that and just kind of show you guys what's going on with that. But yeah, this weather stripping definitely needs to be replaced. The weather stripping on the top needs to be replaced, as well as this. Now, as far as the interior is concerned, the seat covers, these are not the original seats. The seat covers look pretty nice. I have debated whether I want to keep these or not. And the original color is obviously tan. But anyway, the original seats have a Corvette logo here. And kind of the direction I kind of want to go is a red Grand Sport. I mean, it's got the Grand Sport motor. It's the only way to get the Grand Sport motor was to either get a Grand Sport or buy one of the either collector's edition or a base model, because these are what you would call a stripper, basically. It does have a lot of options for what it is, but it's not optioned completely out. I mean, we'll kind of go over the build sheet, here at some point, but anyway, there are a few little things that I want to replace. The sun visors are kind of clapped out. They're in need of replacement. This little piece of trim here, I did order that. That's coming in, and that should be here this week. So we might do a video on snapping that in there. It's not really the craziest thing. Now, a lot of this stuff has wear on it. I mean, it's got kind of a rubberized coating on it. Not the end of the world that it's a little dinged up to me, but my big issue is whether pieces are cracked, like these vents or whatever, if they were cracked or the directionals on them aren't working. Anyway, other than those little things, those are pretty much the only things that are wrong with the car. Mechanically, the car seems to be pretty sound. We do need to adjust the windows. I know how to do that. I've done it before. So I do need to adjust both windows because they do have a little bit of a strike mark on both sides. That's typical of Corvettes, so it's not the end of the world if you do see that. Just know that that's an issue that does kind of crop up from time to time. The LT4 Corvette motor, it's got 98,000 miles on it. Around about this mileage is when you want to kind of look at the optics part. I am going to be taking everything off of here and kind of going through and deep cleaning everything. The spark plug wires, I'm probably going to be replacing them along with the spark plugs and the distributor. So at some point we're going to be doing that, just kind of a regular maintenance item there. I'm not sure if I want to mod things. It does have a K&N air filter, but I'm not sure if I want to mod the airbox or not, or just kind of what I want to do. I kind of want to keep it looking stock, and I was thinking about it. I was like, if I got like red covers here, the injector covers, if I got red ones, that would look really cool. Or if I got like an aftermarket intake or whatever, that'd look cool. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, this is an LT4, and that's what they look like. So when you're at either a Corvette show or if you're at just a regular plain-Jane car show, which I intend to take this to car shows and just enjoy the car. But anyway, when you go to a car show or whatever, you open the hood, you know what an LT1 looks like. You know what an L98 looks like. This is an LT4. I don't see very many of these around, and there's not very many of them running and driving. Ultimately, I would kind of like deck it out in a Z51 package. Just get wider wheels. I'm really, I wasn't really, I wasn't really interested in this style of wheel until I got the car, and I kind of started to fall in love with it. So, a few things are going to get dressed up. I don't know. Rears are 9.5, and fronts are 8.5. I'm probably going to pick up another set of. What I'd really like to do is find the ZR1 wheels, the rear wheels, and move them bad boys up to the front. Hopefully get them chrome, if not, whatever. And then I would put the rear quarter flare that is from the Grand Sport onto this. And the only reason why is just to be nerdy with it and just, I don't know, it's a car at the end of the day. I'm not overly concerned with, keeping it original, because it's not original. It's got chrome wheels on it. It's not original. Seat covers are different. Although I was thinking if I did do that, then I would redo the seats. Basically redo the seats here. I like these seat covers, but I would redo the seats, and I would have, I don't know. I really like the black and tan. It just is. It just is nicer. But anyway, I'd put like Grand Sport script here, because instead of the Corvette logo, and then redo the seats properly, and just do it that way. Unsure about a stripe. My wife likes the car without a stripe, so I'm probably not going to do a stripe on it. And the other thing is the hash marks. Everybody that has got a Corvette wants to put hash marks on them, so not sure if I want to do that or not. But anyway, that being said, already 12 minutes into this thing. Just kind of an oversimplification here. What are my thoughts on the car? I love the car. I already really like the car. I actually worked at a dealership that actually sold these things, and I was working in that dealership in the early 2000s, 98, 99, 2000, in that area. And I got to see these when they were pretty new. And I remember seeing the LT4s, and I remember seeing the LT5s, ZR1s, and I remember seeing this yellow ZR1 that came in, and I was just fell in love with it. Hate yellow, but it is what it is. Anyway, guys, this is going to be the primary focus of the channel. Obviously, I got RX-7s as well. And if you guys are interested in RX-7s, we're going to be journeying along with them too. Questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if this is your first trip here to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. Now, I'm by no means an expert in Corvettes at all. I am very well versed in RX-7, but not Corvettes. I know enough to be dangerous, and we'll just leave it at that. Anyway, yeah, so I'll catch you in the next video. I'm going to kind of do this infrequently because, obviously I got things going on in the background, life. I've got wife and kids, and this is not my priority, but it is a car that I intend to drive a lot. And yeah, so we're gonna be doing the windshield probably next week. I'm not going to be doing it because I've only successfully removed one whole windshield, and that's it over there. And I have yet to put a windshield in that one, but once the windshield goes in that one's going back together. But is what it is. Hopefully this year. I've had that car for a long time, and other projects kind of take advantage and monopolize my time. Anyway, yep, I like the car. It's cool. It's a fun car. It's definitely a work of art in its own right. Anyway, catch you in the next one.